Yeah, definitely felt that going into half time, and probably second half summed up our season. You know, we're your good efforts undone. You know, some individual efforts aren't up to standard, and then it snowballs negatively. So, yeah, for what offered, I guess, so much hope or promise in that first 40 minutes, ended up a little bit disappointing in the end.
What out of the 40 minutes for you came through the trainings been happening in the past month, and what you've been trying to achieve? What did you see finally come to fruition?
Yeah, I thought the energy, which is a hard thing at times to put into, energy comes across in football with things like support and numbers into tackles and things like that. I thought our energy was good in a lot of that part. I thought we were connected. I think you just mentioned that then. We did a lot of stuff together. We did we kept competing hard. We played, at the moment we struggle, and we have done for a while, to string together 4 or 5 minutes of football, set for set football with the opposition. I thought we did that against Parramatta at times in the first half, and just give yourselves a chance to be able to play some football. We didn't try and overplay our hand, or we didn't try and overdo it, but we gave ourselves a chance to get into a genuine game of football, and then opportunities come from that. The 2 tries we conceded in the first half both come from kicks. They were disappointing for their own reasons, but I thought we genuinely got shoulder to shoulder and tried to brought some kind of commitment defensively.
He made a difference there, and it looked like you kind of worked well with Mitch as well, that the two of them, particularly in the first half, defensively and a little bit of attack as well. Yeah,
well, I think one of the main reasons Pete plays dummy half is because of his size. Like, if he was 6 foot tall, every characteristic he's got is of a middle forward. He's aggressive, he's competitive, he's got some good ball skills to tip on, but because of his size, he just automatically gets put into that dummy half sort of role. But I thought he was really good tonight. He played 80 minutes at lock. I thought he gave us a little bit of football in the middle. He defended really well. I thought he did his job tonight.
You miss someone like that because he's had a pretty checkered season with injury. Like, someone like that can really help when a team struggles like you have.
Yeah, we miss a few guys. I was just saying to some guys the other day, I think of all the guys we've got out at the moment, if I could have one back, it'd be Ryan James. I think he brings a lot of that, and players have confidence having him beside him, and he, he's a better footballer than he's given credit for, Ryan, and does a better job for this club than he's probably given credit for. So, but we don't have him here at the moment, and we've got to make do. And I love the mentality when we asked Pete to play lock during the week. I love these mentality that it just wasn't about him at all, and if that's what the team needed, he was happy to do it. And where we're at the season at the moment, those sort of qualities are important that we see that. It's real easy when things aren't going well to become selfish and to become self-orientated, so you just worry about what you're going to get out of it, or how you're going to look at it, or am I going to look bad. He could have been a disaster at lock, and and on the back of a poor season, pins himself up looking ordinary, but he put his hand up. He was happy to do it, and that's the type of mentality that we need to have as a group.
The first 40 minutes, a show of the character and identity that you're trying to forge these last days. Is that the Titans moving forward? That kind of identity you want to carry into next year?
Yeah, absolutely. I believe so. I think that's the type of team or club that it needs to become, and I think they're the type of traits. I mean, we didn't see them enormously, but you start to see some of the traits coming through of successful teams, and not just successful teams of today, but successful teams over history. And there's no coincidence that that's why they're successful with those sort of traits that they've got. We keep working hard on them as a group and a club. Success won't be as far away as people think.
3 tries from kicks probably were your downfall tonight, because the defence otherwise is pretty good. But what do you put them down to? You said different reasons, or what?
Yeah, well, couple of them were just positionally. Just guys not in the right position, and they hurt you, particularly on the back of when you've done so well for the previous 5 tackles, and then and then let a kick try effort in on the 6th, and at times we'd done well for the previous 15 or 20 minutes. And you kept yourself in the game of football, and then but there's still it's still a part of the game that you need to defend, and a part of the game that the tries are still worth the same off kicks. So it's just as important to do our job on them. But yeah, they were disappointing because we'd worked so hard in the, at the front of the defensive sets, and we'd worked so hard to keep Parramatta out, who have some attacking ability, and then just let ourselves down on our kick defence.
Was AJ taken from the field after that bomb that was not contested for that reason, or?
He was. Well, that was the final straw, but he's wounded, AJ, like he's hurt. He's a young player. He's wounded, and he's, again, I spoke about Nathan Peace before. AJ's been brave in doing his job for us, and we had Michael Gordon, who's a 250 gamer, sitting on the bench. So it was crazy to keep trying to force AJ to do it and get Michael on and let him do his job.
Was J-Wall available to play, or did you make that decision? Or?
He made the decision early in the week that he was chose to be with his wife. They had a baby a couple of days ago, so he's fit and healthy. He's right to play.